All right, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. It's your boy Dave. Come back at you live. It is a happy Monday. Hope you guys had a fantastic weekend. And here we are for another brand new trading week ahead. Let's get started here with our market news and we'll jump into our watch list. We got May ended up being a strong month for stocks as the three major averages all posted their sixth positive month in seven. The Nasdaq Composite shined the most, making its best month since November with a gain of 6.9%. The S&P 500 rose 4.8%, while the Dow Jones Industrial Average added 2.3% in May, and the end of the month brought some turbulence. Even though with the Dow adding more than 500 points on Friday, the three averages ended the month more than 1% off their record highs. Now, looking to June, the first week will bring economic updates, including the manufacturing data today and a key jobs report this Friday. So, welcome back. And today we do need to watch for the 9:45 a.m. There's the final manufacturing PMI, and then at 10 o'clock we have the ISM manufacturing PMI, and those are both high impact news times. So, although, usually on Monday, I don't really get to see that a lot, but it looks like today that's what's going to be. So, getting into the watch list this morning, we had a couple of meme stocks that's up on the gainers list. But besides that, there really hasn't been any new news plays really just running up. The best play so far is BPTH. Okay, this does have a brand new press release. So let's kind of take a look into this company real quick, and then we'll jump into the following other stocks here. So BPTH, this is a low flow company. So anything under 10 million flow, as you know, it's a low flow. It's going to be volatile. 1.5 million flow. NASDAQ USA biotech company. And we do have brand new press release on this one. Presented data from ongoing phase 2 combination study. So yeah, that's the news here this morning. We got $4 natural whole number resistance. We need a whole dollar shuffle, meaning as you see the wicks popping up into $4, we need to start establishing $4 support here and then start really rolling the higher lows further. So we are looking good though right now, higher lows and higher lows and higher highs. So this is what we're looking to expect here. We got market opening up in about 6 minutes, but just keep in mind, again, this is a stock that's been running up in pre-market. So kind of expecting that short window for a new high today and then bail before the sell-off with the shorts potentially coming back in. But all depends on if our previous area at 350 becomes nice support for a new re-entry again. All right, moving forward, I have NBOT here on the watch list. Currently doesn't have a whole lot of attention. Okay, so I'm thinking here on NBOT, if this stock could potentially break through like 125 first, I would be a little interested here to see if we can get a play going. Right now there is resistance into 125, so we are going to need to be a little bit more cautious into the 125. There's a VWAP just a little below it as well. So first we'll need to go through the VWAP roll where the price goes above the VWAP line, which is the red line diet. Any red lines you see pretty much on my charts, I like to use them as VWAP except for the this RSI, but NBOT, this is a USA healthcare company at 14 million flow, and they did have brand new press release stating that received an FDA approval to proceed with its pivotal human clinical trial. Okay, so be on the lookout for that 125 area. I just need a little more volume. And then, the good old GameStop is our top third gainer right now, currently trading at 39.66. Earlier, we did trade this here. Start off the day, I believe it was 44.75 break here on GME. And we did hit PT all the way up to hitting like 46.83. So nice quick $2 run. And then unfortunately didn't get a whole lot of sauce to continue from there. Use of, the first play as your support. And then you can bail out. I have the next line holding looks like 38 area there. So I'll be watching to see if GME gets a lot more volume. It's going to need a 41.90 area. So I believe there is a play for second round if GME is going to be able to break 41.90. So That's going to be about right here. Let's put a line there, 41.90. Again, just today, don't go too crazy. It's start of the brand new week and brand new month. It's always smart to, get a little warm up session in, stretch, kind of stretching day. No need to be trying to sprint your best record day on the first day of the month. Okay, get yourself warmed up and get a nice little bag to start off the week and the month. All right, so that's pretty much it for now on GameStop. I'm gonna just watch for that line there. And then obviously following through these other rest of the stocks are gonna be meme stocks as well. AMC, another meme stock. There's a play for 575, which didn't break yet. So I will be watching AMC here as well if 575 does break through. I believe, though, personally, GME, since it's the mother of all meme stock, if GME doesn't move, then really don't have to pay attention so much on AMC or the other FFIE. All right, so speaking of FFIE, again, all these don't have any new news or anything, just kind of meme stock names. I think FFIE, it'll be good to see if we can get that nice 75-cent break cleared out. So let's see here, FFIE, I believe. Yeah, currently there is no play for this, but in case you want to watch FFIE, it's going to need that solid 75-cent to break. Okay. I think there was a play for Lucy as well this morning, but it's not on my watch list. Let me just double check, see how that one looks at the moment. You can put this on the back pocket in case it gets more volume again. But yeah, you can see here's hardly any volume right now. That's why I didn't put it in the watch list. But earlier, we did get a quick play here at the 90 cents to hitting 96 cents. So that was a quick little alert play there. But besides that, yeah, for the stock side right now, it's a little bit, I would say just focus more on just BPTH, and you might get like a rando kind of popping out in the woods, sometime. But I think today it's going to be another good opportunity to trade the futures market on the NQ here. So here we go. Market's going to open up in 5 seconds. Let's have a great day, everybody, and make smart decisions. All right, and we are on the market at opening here. Okay, so with NQ, it just has been running up, 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 up. So I do expect a little bit of pullback. We also need to watch out, like I said, at 9:45. So number one play for stocks is VPTH. Like I said, you got that short window for another high of the day. You got an uphold at 511 at the moment showing. Obviously, the $5 is going to be the big fat resistance. So BPTH, number one play of the day, looking gorgeous here. Just right in the 10 EMA here is all we can do for now. The moment we start cracking that higher low line, I wouldn't really try to bother too much on this because the early bird is getting the warm and they probably want to get that towards the $5. But let's kind of look forward to this daily chart here. We got a little bit of 89 around 450. We got to break through that mark and we got some room towards that 5+. You can see here BPTH is known to pump nicely from back looking at April 19th here. 516 uphold. They raised it up again a little bit. Take advantage of the current short window here to really max out. This is a low float, so day traders are trying to really squeeze as much as they can here out of it, but lock in gains as you go, please. It's already up 100% now. NBLT might be trying to go for the 125 as well, so just kind of keep that in mind because it does have that press release. So the MBOT at 125 is going, like we talked about, to keep an eye on. So that 125 is going. 150 is the up call. Remember, we do always want to make sure we have the two stocks on watch, because if one stock is starting to take a fade, you need to watch for the second candidate for the nice juicy pop. Okay, so it looks like NQ right now it is still holding this little bit higher low, so it did get a new high day pop. But like I said, it's a quick pop and then another big drop back down. So let's see. Right now, obviously, it's going to be a pretty bullish day for NQ since it's up 131 points. Dow Jones don't care. SPY's fine too. So it is making higher lows. We just need to watch for that oversold territory here, or overbought territory at the 80 or 70 RSI there. All right, so we got that high day, quick new high of day, higher high, and then pulled back down. Let's get back to NBOT real quick to see how this one goes. 125, 135, 135 to 175. Just every 10 cents will be nice on NBOT here.
SNDX. MBOT, hold on.
NBOT starting to catch more fire here.
MBOT, 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 UNCY. MBOT, MBOT, POWW, OKLO. MBOT, MBOT,
BOT on fire right now. We're getting kind of over bought here on NQ, so just be mindful.
BTR, BTDR, CANTL, RCUS. No. INOT. IRBT, SNDX.
Yeah, we're cracking now because it hit the upper trend line. If you look at the charts, getting a little bit of this. Since it's been running up, 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 up. So same thing here on NQ. I expect a little bit of that short window, but it's still, I think it just needs to cool off a little bit. It's just getting to that overbought territory. Right now, NBOT got a little bit of a double top look here. We got to pierce through this 150 line. Okay, there we go. New high again. 167 is the up pull right now on NBOT. Keep in mind, folks, if you're still over on BPTH right now, the hurt, unfortunately, right now did get shifted to NBOT. Doesn't mean BPTH over because it's still holding a VWAP, but right now the NBOT is stealing the momentum. So once again, if NBOT starts fading away again or pulling back, then you can look for BPTH. So those are my top two candidates right now this morning. Because right now the GME is not breaking through any of those levels that I want to see, and they're not following through with the other meme stocks. I always looked at meme stocks as like sort of a backup plan more.
MBOT, RBNC, MBOT Northeast, MBOT, MBRTNC, COGT. MBOT. Duo. SINs, MBOT, MBOT, AKLI. RCUS. No. BSEC. OKLO. EBS.
Okay, right now, NQ is just making a little bit of higher low and higher high within this upper trend line here. And BOTA coming up to my next line at 172. Excuse me.
FGNS. COGT. Duo. RLANC. COGT. FOXO. INSNDX. JFBR. Agio. Agio. No. No.
Okay, 172 line, you can see use that line there as current resistance. Once that break through, then we can aim for the next lines here under my daily chart. Little heads up, 9:45 is coming in about 5 minutes for NQ traders. So right now it's getting a little bit overbought again. So I would think I would like set some stops just in case, because the 9:45 could affect the volatility and try to drop it down, or it could go up, but I would just be safer than sorry, especially when it's more on the overbought territory. You don't want to be forgetting a stop and next thing you know, it drops all the way down or something. And you just forgot to take a sell and now you're down 60, 70, 80 points and you don't want to be in that situation, right? So, all right, so we got that nice resistance here. Looks like 172. It's good to see that we were able to sell that a little bit before. We're still riding the 10 EMA on this MBOT, so all is still fine. BPTH still holding VWAP, still launching down the side. You do have 189 up halt right now showing on MBOT, so I'll type that out. 189 up halt showing.
LA, RCUS, Bion. TLS, Tava. AAOI, Duo. NCTMX. CGC. RBNC, HUD. FOXO. MBLY. NTLS. CCLD, SNDX. BLNK. SPWH. CRSP.
Okay, watch MBOT here.
MBOT. SNDX. MBOT. MBOT. MBOT EVGIA. AGA. Tava. Duo. Or. SPWH. RLAY. SNDX. Maya. GPCR.
Next line coming up on MBOT,
Maya. MBOT.
197 up halt. NQ, we're now at the overbought territory testing at that line there. So where do we need to establish support right now? 172 here on NBOT.
MBL1. Magma. GPCR. SNDX. GPCR. Agio Bion. MRNS.
Okay, well, NQ is getting definitely extended up here. NBOT looking great.
MBOT. Double West. AKLI.
So should be a wick into that upper trend line there. Should be a great short if you short it into that line. NBOT got a 184 now.
GPCR. GPCR. MBL1. MBOT.
Okay, there we go. NBOT still climbing nice higher lows and higher highs.
FS. MGNX. SFIX. HUD. GPCR. 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 SNDX. SNDX.
Yeah, I think we should be seeing a pretty next line here at 185. So 172 now is support on NBOT. 210 is the uphold right now on NBOT.
SANS. LA. HUD. SNDX. MRNS. POWZWMX. MBOT. No. Agio. Agio NC1.
Okay, NBOT looking good.
LRR. 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 MBOT.
Still going. NBOT, very nice.
HCL. 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 MBOT. AKLI. BRB. Agio. MBOT. 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 MBOT.
Okay, here we go. $2 now on NBOT. Got 220 uphold. You got about 2 minutes left on this candle here on NQ. Still at the overbought territory.
LRLR, LRNR, Agio, HCO, HCO, HUMA. GCR. HPI, ESOA. 4.
Okay, so as you know, $2 is going to be a very strong natural resistance line, whole number area wise. So we're getting a little bit of a sell into that $2 where also shorts come in. So you have to keep that in mind. Also, shorts are shorts, so they're selling, the buyers are selling into this upper trend line and shorts are shorting into these areas. So this is not where you want to be buying when it's at the overbought territory, but overall NQ is a good day because Nasdaq's up nicely. So the only thing here we need to still now watch is at 10 o'clock. So just got 10 more minutes.
ESOA, ESOA. RS, RLVY. BTDR.
Okay, it's a hefty pullback. Like I said, this is where you want to exit. Right now, this trend line still holding, but this starts cracking below 18,725, and this wedge is below that, then we're gonna go all the way back down towards probably that line there, 18,691 label line. So NBOT, as we've already got that juice kick, I don't see anything else. VVTH unfortunately cracked the VWAP, so that's obviously we as predicted. It's going to be an up, short window for a high of day at 455, and then a fade. There is a line though at that 350. We talked about it during our watch list. You want to look for that second trade alert to use that as support. So if 350 becomes support and bounces, this still does have a shot at another potential run. But 350 cracks, then yeah, you know what? It's going to go all the way down to the first play here at 315. 315 cracks, then you guys know the story. So same thing here at NQ. It's bye-bye birdie for now. It needs to pull back. NQ just took a 30-point drop, so it needs to pull back since it's obvious it's got too overbought. And we got a nice run up, but right now it's not looking too.
IPW, RLAY, CRBU. IPW, IPW, SBRA.
Major pullback there. See that? That was a sick short right there, folks. So green money in the bank, green money in stocks, green money in futures. That's how we do it here at Prosperity Trades. This is all you need, folks. All you need to do is master trading. You don't need all other BS out there. You just need to focus, make money, and go live your life and enjoy. That's it. You don't need to be, fooling around and other things. Just stay laser focused on your trades, and you can make a ton of money. So back to VWAP, great area to go ahead and cover. I ended up covering some at the 18,691 line, and then just a quick sold covered out at the VWAP there. So man, that is one crazy pullback. I do think though it is also an opportunity for buyers to come back in here near this view app. So let's see if it gets another bounce off this area, which usually does. People love the view app. So that's where I would definitely cover for now and be, smart, lock in something and then wait before the bounce again. That's what usually happens. You got the 14 EMA, they're still at the 18708.
JFDR. CBSA. GPCR.
So VWAP there, you guys, if you guys listen to me, if you bought that area there again, go ahead and lock in again a little bit, 10 points, that's 18,691. So what I just did was buy at the 18.6, this VWAP level, and then you just lock something in here around the 18,691 with the 14, maybe you can do that, but definitely don't want to be holding it when it goes back down here.
BRKR. MTNS. MBOT.
Okay, so by the way, FYI, I know MBOT is still going, but you got BPTH that did get down to 350, so it's got a nice 25-cent jump to about, or 30-cent jump to 380. But right now, as you can see, MBOT is still hot. It's still rolling. So more lines to come on MBOT. One thing we need to keep in mind, crucial line here is going to be around this $2 and like 20 cent line, because that was the high back in December 29, 2023. It's clearly going to be a very strong resistance. We break through that. We got one more line up there to 235. And I think that's going to be good enough for today. Okay, so as you can see, NQ just got a major 60-point pullback. So making lower highs means what? Most likely it will try to do another lower low. So you have to expect this to try to come back down to the 18,675 to 18,67, the what's called the label line there. And there's a new lower lows. And that's how it is, folks. You crack this as the zone. The turtles needed to be swimming in this zone here, but the little baby turtle got washed away, and everyone else tried to go rescue it, and that's what happens. Gets eaten by the sharks, and it's bloody red now. Ever watch that Finding Nemo? That's what I'm thinking here. Except they didn't show that scene since it's rated G. This is the rated R version here, folks. All right, nice bounce off the again. I've been using the 1-minute chart a lot as well. Just kind of putting it side by side, and it definitely is a lot easier to gauge at certain these resistance support lines. So always go ahead and cover something at a lower low. Same thing, sell on the way up on a higher high. So.
RSP. Logo. Bio. TLS. Brand.
We are technically still, that's lower high, so that's certainly a nice bounce, but let's see here. We're gonna need to really establish support back at 18,691 if the bulls want to come back in. Ideally, though, they do need to get above this line here at 18,703 for us to be back into 700s to play this game. Below this two lines here is looking tough, so I would think a lot of shorts are constantly going to hammer this still, as it's still painting the lower high picture. So every time it bumps on up, they're going to sell it into that line, unless, again, the bulls decide to come in bigger and be able to push through. But right now we are still not quite there yet. So I'm going to be watching for those lines here to see if it's going to do the magic or if we're going to still stay bearish here. So we just kind of are in about 45-hour side, hasn't hit the oversold territory. So I'll be watching NBOT watch for a $2 whole dollar shuffle. We got a 240 up pulse showing here now. So they did raise the bars more, 240 up pulse showing. So I would watch a $2 whole dollar shuffle line here now on NBOT. $2 dollar. Ideally, this will be another area if the right now, let me see. Yeah, we only got 50 seconds. I'm gonna wait for the next candle. Okay, whole dollar shuffle is happening here right now on NBOT. Now you do not want to see this thing getting the I would not want to see this thing hitting 190. So I would just ride this on up, higher highs again, and look for a new high if they shout out here from Holly. And there's NBOT. Okay, 243 now up halt. Just look for this line right here. Okay, pay attention. We're getting kind of up there. So lock in on the higher high. See that new high of the day? Always lock in. Sell at the higher high, dumps. Sell at the new high of the day, dumps. Sell at another new high of the day, dumps back down $2. So if you don't understand that, and you're one of those traders that constantly chase after it, and you're just selling because now you think it's over, and you know you keeps. This is what I'm talking about. Everybody just gets wrecked. Looks like this candle ended up popping up. That's why I said wait for the next candle, because you never know what's going to happen. This is what could happen. Because if you think it's still going to be a continued short here, you know, you just got this thing wick back on up. I mean, it's not wick. It's just still got 4 minutes though, but very nice pop back up here.
Such.
So it's important to wait it out until the next candle, because if you're not sure, I was like, I'm watching the 1 minute is kind of creeping up towards a trend line. It could just reverse straight from the VWAP. So that's just one of those things where you just have to, if you're not sure, just, you know, it's all way better to, you know, not take the trade, because if you just decide to gamble and like, I don't know what's going to happen, but let's just and see and find out. And then, you know, it is the other side that you wish it didn't happen, and it did, then, you know, it's not fun. So with that kind of incredible pop, people are going to definitely lock in there as well. Looks like this could still be a big wick. So we could still potentially see that lower low here happening at 18,638. So if we end up now closing like this, I think we're going to see a nice further short here as well. So watching here closely, if the VWAP cracks, we should be seeing some more fear kicking back in. NASDAQ back down further. Still only 110 points though, but VWAP here is key, because right now you have not seen a single Heikin-Ashi body candle crack below the VWAP here. If you look both on the 1 minute and the 5 minute chart, as well as the 15-minute chart too. So this VWAP is your hero indicator support here. NBOT unfortunately got overextended. We got as far as we could here towards this December high, and you know, I don't think anyone would be dumb, or you'd be kind of foolish to, you know, wait for that exact 220 line there for a few pennies to drop, you know, that much. So it's not a good risk reward if you're still holding there. Should have dumped it. BPTH is back, still holding at 350, not much happening there, and everything else is kind of dead for now. So we'll have to wait until NBOT really cracks, potentially even halts down. Right now it's at 160, so not quite there yet, but still holding the 25 EMA. So and the VWAP. Didn't quite make a lower low yet on NQ. It's kind of at that intersection line there. It's at a neutral. Trying to make a decision here on the 5-minute chart. 1-minute chart barely holding by the red on the VWAP. So
LQDA. SOA. Oh. Wrapped.
okay, it's a little shaky here. Turbulence going on here. This VWAP's gonna have to figure out if it's gonna bounce or I don't know if it's gonna crack. So you need to look for a lower low. If it doesn't happen, then the bull's gonna charge back in again. So watch this higher low line still closely.
CRS. YGMC. QQRE. That's RNS. SOA. TLS.
Okay, so I think the 1 minute right now is starting to become bearish because VWAP is holding as resistance, but I'm still waiting it out right now. Still got 30 seconds. I want to just double check there. It is looking pretty back and forth movement here on the VWAP. Usually when it already came down like this to the VWAP, just again, it's another moment of waiting. 3, 2, 1, next candle on the 1 minute, and then the 5-minute chart here as well. And not quite sure yet. This could still bounce back up here. All right, let me go down the list on the stock side real quick. You do have PLAG, which I don't even know why it's on the that's the #1 gainer, but it's just very low volume, 135,000. So not worth my waste of metal capital here. MBLT still #1, pretty much leader in volume outside above being a dollar range stock. So right now, bulls and bears are having a tug of war here. They're really trying. One strong person really needs to yank it down or yank it back up. On the 5-minute chart, though, it does look kind of desperate for the bulls.
HRCN.
I do think we should make another lower low personally, but let's find out. This is still holding that higher lows here.
TWST. HRS. TW, CBW, AML, YGN, YGMC, LPS, AMN, AMN, PW, LPS, ONFO, BHBF.
Okay, bulls are trying to push back up here. So they didn't get that lower. This trend line still held. We're back at this area again. So looks like bulls are trying to push it up again. Like I said, it's not really my favorite areas to try to guess around this area when I see the confirmation. RSI is bearish. So if this area gets rejected again, I think that's it. But if the bulls are able to push it through, then yeah, you're gonna wedge back out of this downtrend line. So let's keep an eye on that one. MBOT looking good again at $2 again.
ONFO, ONFO, XNCR,
Excuse me.
BCCA. AMN, LGNS. BHBN, EVRI.
Mm.
Hook. Flex, Wrapped, AMCRTL. MBLY.
Yeah, no, I don't trust this still here.
SIGN. BLMN.
Okay, MBOT looking good. Just know that one more higher high, I would sell into it. I wouldn't, again, people that don't look at the daily chart, they don't realize that we don't, there's, I mean, there is still more room, but it's like, I mean, come on, like this, it's not like you have this much room left, like we had this beautiful run up at 125, right? So the meat on the bone, so to speak, there's not a whole lot left. So at this point, if you really want to make one more shot at MBOT, I would just throw some leftover bones, leftover profits, something that you're just so cool with, and just throw it out there and then see if it hits there one more higher high. If not, set a stop. Again, like I said, if I don't want to see this thing now, if it cracks below this line right here, 180, what is that line? 180, 184 line, then it's donezo. Okay, there it is. Like I said, I didn't like it here. We should be making a lower low. Should come down to about 18,645 area. Once now it's below 18,655. So another 10-point drop left. But again, you got that 200 right there, down there. So I'm gonna be watching. Yeah, right now NQ does not look good.
RX. AMN. OMA. CAD.
Okay, so Nasdaq's no longer up 170 points up. We gave back half on Nasdaq just now. So it's still green for the day, but up 80 some points, but just gave back a chunk. So that's why, charting, is very helpful to make sure that you're selling and buying at the best area possible, the least riskiest areas. Again, we're not trying to catch the exact top to the T or catch the exact bottom, which you can, again, that's not the idea. If you can get the general areas, then you're gonna be just fine. So still lower highs. Bears are probably hungry for that 200. Then 200 cracks, then I mean that's gonna be a little bit of an overkill. Got about 62 million volume traded on MBOT, so that's a very nice day for this company's trading volume, because on average it only trades at 100,000. So definitely 10x its average volume. Long way to go. I mean, that's why I'm talking about. If you look at a company and you already know the average volume and say the average volume is only at 100,000 and you realize that it already traded at 1 million or more, it already had 10x average volume. That's when you already should have known that, man, we need to get in on this before this could potentially be, I mean, if you got it at 1 million, 1 million times 10 it's gonna be 10 million, right? 10 million, then next thing you know, it's now at 62 million. So those are the ways to get more confidence to really like get in and try to max out as much as you can. So what is this? Lower highs, made a lower low, made a lower low around the 18,645. Like I said, if we crack through that, then this line, okay, bulls are trying to push it back up as they see that it is getting a little bit onto the over sold territory. Although I gotta say, we did, let's see, we did kind of pierce through into that over bought territory and then drop. So I would like to see a little bit of that drop into the over sold territory and then take that big ride on up.
ESOA, ESOA. SN. CSWC.
So back to the 18,691 line we talked about. This is a line that the bulls are going to need to establish support for us to continue to move back up. So kind of watching this line closely here. So NQ did reverse back up on the RSI, back to the 50. This is a little bit of resistance area as well for the bulls because it just hit the 15-minute resistance line at 18,691 is support, and then 18,713 area of resistance. So I think you need to kind of watch out. This 18,703 line that we talked about before.
CSWC, CSWC.
Wick-wise, we're still wick-wise right now, still resistance there.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about here on the 15-minute chart. This is when you see this area popping in. This is an area you want to go ahead and lock in. And then shorts could still try to come in. They want to draw this back down towards that 200 still. So we'll see. It's a pretty interesting area here to watch.
SGRP.
Wow, MBOT is still doing its thing. GME, I mean, just getting a small reversal, but it's just nowhere near where I need to see it be. EPTH is literally trading sideways at 350. So just holding the 350, but not a whole lot going on there.
Dogs, UNCY. Dogs, dogs. ALGT.
Hmm.
CSWC. Dogs. SUPN. SARMDFMT. Or ALGT.
Hey, if you're still on MBOT, we've already know what we're looking for. That new high today.
ARL. GPCR, GPCR. PCCA. HRCN, HRCN, HRCN. Beam. Sun. PITL. CPRL, RLAY. SB. HRCN. SST.
MQ is still lower highs.
OMH. GPCR, SGRP. Volca. IART. PCCA. Rook. GPCR. IDYA. AFMT. ONEW. ONEW. AFMT. BITL. PT. AFMT. PT.
MQ should, yeah,
CPRL.
still lower highs. So it's got a good danger spot for a lower low if the VWAP cracks again.
Play. EPR. BSCC. ACTG. AFMD. EBS. IDYA. ONEW. ACTG. ONH. BSCC. ONEW. B. RL.
Hey, MBOT. We're that's back to this line here at 184 again.
IART, IDYA.
I do think BPTH is something you need to keep an eye on though, because this is holding the 350 line. If it keeps holding the 350 line and we end up getting a nice move back up to VWAP and the VWAP roll happens, I think BPTH is going to get a nice run. So because MBOT fat 384 cracks or 184 cracks. So be on the lookout for another one last play for BPTH, I'd say.
VITL. The AFMD, BRD, AFMD, AFMD, AFMD.
That's if the 350 on BPTH continues to hold.
Double West. BLCLB. CBRL. CSWC. AFMD. EZTA. OMA. Court. BWZ. Else. SUPM. BWZ.
All right, guys, if you guys have any questions, let me know. We got about 5 minutes and we'll take a quick 10-minute, 5 to 10 minute stretch break. Just keep in mind that, there's going to be a lot of times where you need to be active and there's times where you need to learn to be very patient, sit back and sit on your hands. That's one of the great traits of a great trader is learning to not constantly click buttons. There's going to be a moment where you need to start cooling off and just simply wait until you see that nice A plus. Like you're so sure that it's going to be a great trade. Right now, NQ on the 5-minute chart, what are we looking for here? We know that there's a lot of resistance at the 18,703. So 18,703, we start establishing support there. Then we got a good shot on NQ here for continued move back on up. So just keep that in mind. I would think it's going to try to move on up. If it does break 703 to about 18,720, like 8 area here. Last time it got rejected here. So I would watch that just in case.
RBRK, RLAY, BLMX. And focus out. PWR. Hold on. BW. LMN. Cole. SLS. Kara. RLAY, CBRL. ALGT. TWST. BLMN.
If this I'm gonna wait for one more candle, but that candle does not go in the next 40 that next 5 minute candle. I think this is gonna be a rejection area where shorts are gonna come in and they're gonna try to crack it down. So basically the bulls really needs to pump up right now here in a few seconds to or the next 5 minutes to push it back up towards that 18,720 that last high before the big drop happened. So but if this does not happen here at 703, I would be cautious there.
STRL. HRZL. RB. LSM.
All right, guys. Well, it is 10:30 and this candle is starting to wedge out. So like I said, if this candle does not go, watch out. 703 became triple top resistance here. Once, twice, three times. The third touch here really need to go for this to move back up. Unfortunately, it's sliding back down here. All right, we're gonna take a quick 5-10 minute break, guys, and then we'll be back on the mic here. But until then, go ahead and clean up and review your trades for the next 5-10 minutes, and then looking for the next 20 minutes to 11 a.m. river dip setups. All right, guys, we got MBOT, new high of the day here. This is another great area to look for sell. It does show a 255 up hope though, so I think we'll mention that, but we have these these resistance lines. So if we can break through that, that would be amazing. NQ, as you know, like I said, 703, two strong resistance, triple top third time rejection. Trend line cracked here. I mean, it's making lower highs. It's got to make another lower low, in my opinion, to the 200, like down here. So it should be another good area to watch for a, potential buy. That's where you want to look for a cover down there.
LMM. BW. BIRT. TWST.
Hey, coming down very nicely.
TMPS. RL. TMDF. BLMN. GPCR. 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 DRRX.
Okay, so MBOT, the 235 is my next line. So that's going to be the candle break line. And if you look at the daily chart, that is the sauce line, the key area before we see potentially all the way up there. But 11 a.m. is coming up in about 23 minutes.
SON. CSWC. CSWC. ESOA. STRA. TNDL. LMN. SR. RL. PCWCR. SWC. IMNL. OCSL. 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 CSL. RRX. RRX. RBNC.
Hey, 20 more minutes now till 11 a.m. Rupert dip time. NBOT certainly could be that ripper towards 11 a.m. But if the 235 cannot break, it will be the dipper. So I would just pay attention to the current trend line here, and hopefully the momentum continues to drill through that 235. Oh, okay.
Star. IART. LPSM. STRO. ABPT. Level. Yes. SPWH. BWLT. Vega. APLCA. CGON. BNTA. BPRX. GABA. OM. Play. EPS. Point. Star. GPCR. 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 IART. STRO. E4M. PZZA. DGON. BITL. SGRP. SB. SB. FL. ALGT. Plan. Court. SB. BRX. BNDA. SB. ONEW. ONEW. SBWY. PRL. SB. ALLR. SB. TNDL.
Still holding the 10 EMA. Watch for the 10 EMA bull flag here on NBOT with the 235. It's got to be a successful one here. NQ still doing lower highs and potentially a lower low coming down.
Wage. S level 1. BSC USM. TNDSC. BIGC. SRBTC. BPRX. ALLR. CGON. CRL, BIRT, SGRP. GNPS. RBNC. SWH. XNCR, USM.
And Q making lower lows now.
Yes. CSL. RX. GNPS, INF, SPWR. HITI, STRL, MIRL. C, IBTCC. RL.
MBOT can't seem to do it.
CSL. Inquiry.
Okay, we're going down to the very oversold territory now here on NQ. It's going to be a great area to go ahead and cover, and then buyers look for buyers to come back in. That's a great area to cover back, which is the 18,624 line there. So watching that area there.
IART. TRG, TRG. NYMT, TVR, NYMT. GPCR, GPCR, XMCR, GPCR, GPCR. IVP.
Okay, so right now SPY did go red, Nasdaq still holding up in the green, but we are, obviously giving back majority of the Nasdaq gains here. So NQ's just been following. But like I said, right now on the 5-minute chart here, we're getting a big oversold push here, in my opinion. So expecting another little bit of a wick area there, but you still got 10 seconds. So probably the next candle might not be looking too great, but other than that, you got MBOT here at that 235 resistance that is going to have a hard time. So
CLD. CKT. Kappa. CLD. IART. CCLD. Hurrah. 580.
So we're now in the oversold territory. Looks like this line cracked. So right now NQ is still not looking good. Market is taking a beating right now. So I would just watch the 1 minute chart here and then just wait for that trend line bounce at the lower low.
QURE, 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 QURE. CBAT. ALLR, IBP, PCCA, QURE, QURE, SUPN, QURE. BSEC, BSECIRT.
Got the 18,639 on the 14 EMA there on the 1 minute chart as well. So probably buyers are going to try to push it up back up towards near the 200 on the 5.
ARLP, ARLP. CCLD. CLAB. PW, PW, BSCW, PW, QUR, PW. CCA, CCLD, assistant. CBAT. RX. BLMN. NYMT. FL. SFIS. AIR. CBAT. CBAT. IMTS. ARLB, BSEC. HITI. SNBR.
So it looks like NQ is going to probably drop down to that 18,570 line next near that pink dev line at this rate. So just making lower highs and lower lows still. So that's what's going on here on NQ. And then MBOT just it's still holding, but later down the road, if you're sticking around, watch for that 235 area to break through.
PW, 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 PWI, PW. BSEC, NYMT. BCRS, CLMN. SX. FL. SUD. BCRS. GBAT. SNPR.
Okay, we just hit the 15-minute 18,570 support. You got a little bit left here till pink dev, but we are in the oversold territory, so you want to look for that curl back up for the reversal.
MORF. IMTX.
Okay, guys, 3 more minutes to 11 a.m. rubber dip time. Be on the lookout for MBOT at the 235, still holding up very well.
RMS. LPSM. IBP.
Bouncing nicely from the 700 there, 18,570.
RX. FDUS. 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 BSCC. BSCC. LAB. IMTX. IBP. IBP.
All right, guys, we got a few more seconds, but just to call things off on the mic here for me, you got Anki trying to reverse from the 18,570, so I'll watch that line there and look for the RSI to curl up. And then you got the MBOT trying to see if it can break the 235. So be on the lookout for that. So other than that, guys, looking forward to an awesome trading month with you guys, and take care and have a blessed rest of your day, team. Thank you so much.